Yes, Royalty Radio, you know what it is, www.royaltyradio.ca, www.cfrradio.com, 905-828-3447. Now, of course, he's certainly not a stranger to the Royalty Radio studio. First rolling through with this team and his fur hats, of course, people viewed him to be quite the character, especially given his unique voice. But you know what? He came back and told people who judge him harshly that it must be the money. Hailing from Ottawa, but now proud to call Toronto home, he made his intentions known with his first mixtape, A Dollar and a Dream. With songs such as Sobriety featuring Mario and his clean visuals on videos such as Come On and Letting Go, he showed that he had no budget. One would think that when you're on the road to financial fulfillment, dollars never disappear. But of course, as we've come to find out, he's returned back to earth with a penny and a nightmare. From topics ranging from money, cars, clothes, and buying boats, to more serious topics like abortions and greed, not to mention features ranging from local talent Shy Wisdom, Tory Lanez, Dante Leon, to name a few, all the way to Mr. Trippy himself, Juicy J. It's a well put together mixtape that should belong in the Mixtape of the Year conversation when it's all said and done. Welcome back to the Royalty Radio Studios, Mr. Talk to Him himself, Harvey Stripes.
What's poppin', man? Great intro as always.
How you doing?
I'm feeling incredible, man. No complaints. You good?
Yeah, man. I'm good, man. I'm great. You know what it is, man. I mean, it's been a long time since you came through. Yeah. Last time you came through, you did tell us briefly that you were going to embark on this project.
Yeah.
And at that time, I don't think anything was done yet.
No, we was probably just, in the works of starting to create some new material.
Okay.
We recorded about 100 new songs before we finalized with the final 16. So
okay.
It definitely, it took a minute. It took a little longer than we expected. But, to us, it was more important than catching a release date.
Okay.
Than to just, give the people, what they've been waiting for. Give them that project that's going to be timeless. It's going to stand in time forever.
Right. Okay. Now, just an off question though. Thanksgiving just passed. How was your Thanksgiving, man?
Oh, it was incredible. I'm not the regular type that eats the turkey and all that. I have my spaghetti. Shout out to Mama Stripes, yellow. You know what I'm saying? I have my little garlic bread on the side. Y'all make sure I got them phones off, man. Try to keep it professional in this moment. Yeah, man. But yeah, it was great. Shout out to the family. And, it was a good time.
Most definitely. Yeah. Most definitely. What's Harvey Stripes thankful for?
I'm thankful for breathing, for just being alive.
Right.
I sat down with my brother Merch the other day. It was his birthday the other day, and he was telling me, sometimes we gotta just be thankful for the small things.
Right.
You're always worried about money, cars, clothes, and all this stuff, but sometimes it's good to just wake up and breathe.
Right.
And just be, have a roof over your head and have some food in your stomach, and just be thankful for just existing.
Yeah.
Too many soldiers we done lost over the years, so
sure.
Rest in peace to them, and we just thankful to be here.
All right. Now, I mean, A Penny and a Nightmare.
Yeah.
What was the whole concept around
it? And basically, it's the first project we dropped was called A Dollar and a Dream.
Right.
And we kind of took it back. A Penny and a Nightmare is almost like a prequel to A Dollar and a Dream.
Right.
And we had to take people back because a lot of times, we came out with the Must Be the Money and the Come On and, showing off a lot of luxuries of life, which was all real stuff. We was living a certain lifestyle, but, people question, how did we get here?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not originally from Toronto.
Of course.
So a lot of Toronto people don't know my story coming up.
Right.
So we wanted to take them back. A Penny and a Nightmare takes you to all the struggles we went through to get to where we are.
Right.
And then, we still get to celebrate, pop bottles, and do all the regular things that we normally do.
Mm-hmm.
But, just to tell my story, where I came from.
Okay. Now the title track featuring Shy Wisdom, it's one of the great songs on the mixtape.
Appreciate that.
I mean, her vocals and then of course the visuals, as for Kashmir's direction, as that extra element of darkness, if you will, to it. What was it like working with Shy Wisdom?
Shy is she's a goddess. She's like she's a queen. It took us 3 sessions to finish that record because. She's a perfectionist at the same time.
Right.
And, I want to say, Shy is one of the most talented, as far as I'm concerned, females in the city, in the country, for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
And we sat down and we really wanted to make a song very personal. It started off to be like just an intro song, but there's so much that we had to kind of get off our chest in that record.
Right.
She kind of studied my life and where I came from before she came with her part. And me, I just wanted to, open up, my story as far as certain things that I've been through with friends, with fake friends, with betrayal, with the streets, with real homies. It's just like we got to explore all of that. And then as far as the video is concerned, Kashmir, she's been rocking with us for a few years, so she kind of knows where we're coming from.
Right.
So we said we want to take the life of Harvey Stripes and kind of make it more theatrical, basically.
Okay.
You know, tell a true story,
Right.
but give people something. You know, we entertainers at the end of the day, and give them something that will entertain them.
Right.
So that's why when you see the video, it's like it's a true story of betrayal of people, you know, in your own circle that could turn on you.
Right.
But you know, we had to take it to the next element,
Okay.
and then you know, I wake up from the nightmare. You know what I'm saying? And boom, it's like a rebirth. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Definitely,
man. Definitely, it's a very good video, man.
Appreciate that.
People need to check that out, of course. Tory Lanez, you have that familiarity. Gregory died, of course, going back to those days in 2011.
Yeah.
How have you seen him growing as an artist? You know, just by working with him this time around.
I was talking with Lanez a few days ago, and I was telling him like he's that close. You know, I was telling him like personally, I heard his record on the Meek mixtape.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, you're next. Like, believe in yourself. Don't stop what you're doing, because you know he's a young dude and he's very talented. And coming from the days when I seen him, you know, doing his hand-to-hand with the CDs, going to the States, doing this thing, to now, I don't know, maybe like 4 years later, and just to see how far he's made it as an artist, you know, he's somebody that I always believe in. He's always showed love from day one, you know, so I wish him nothing but the best, nothing but success.
All right. Now, other local talent on it, of course, includes Captain Hooks, Lean, Ty Black, Dante Leon, and Drew. Now, for each of these guys, I want you to use one word to describe working with each of them.
Wow, okay. So where we at? Throw me the names one at a time.
Let's start. Captain Hooks.
Oh, wow. One word to describe Hooks would be creative.
Creative?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe.
Streets.
All right. Ty Black.
This is not a one word, but multi-talented.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dante Leon.
Hippie.
Drew.
Polished.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So, you know, according to you, times got hard, so you bought a boat.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I mean, I don't know where to start with this one, man. I mean, I guess I could see where you're coming from, you know? If you can't buy a house, you buy a boat.
Yeah, the concept basically came from, like, you know, when your pockets is low, you out there starving, you in the streets, sometimes you gotta take a leap.
Okay.
You gotta, you know, take chances in life, right? So, you know, certain people related to, you know, like the D-boy game, you bought a bow and you know, we moving coke, this and that. That's not exactly where I was going with it.
Okay.
Where more was like, you know, when it gets hard in the streets, you gotta, you know, take them chances, them life chances.
Okay.
And you know, there's no risk without rewards. Or I said it back, there's no reward without risk. You know what I'm saying? I'm going with it, right? So, but the point is, like, you know, sometimes you gotta take them chances. And that's what I've been doing my whole life. Since I was 13, I told Mama Stripes, I said, I don't want to take nothing from you no more. You know, a lot of people don't know I went to university. I could have went to Square Way and took a square job. And, you know, been a simple Simon living in Ottawa. No one ever heard of me, but I took chances. You know what I'm saying? I bought a boat. You know what I'm saying? So I came out here, I took them chances, and right now, you know, I bought my mama a Lex, bought my brother a Lex, bought my dream house, bought my dream car, and I'm not there yet. I'm just starting. You know what I'm saying? But the point is, sometimes, you know, you got to go out there on a limb. You got to go buy a boat. You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, how did Jada come into the fold with this one?
Kiss, basically, we had been working on a record. I knocked the record out one morning. It's just me and Pro in the studio, like 6 in the morning.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm drunk. Like, I must have took a cab home. So I'm drunk in the morning. I'm like, Pro, I've been writing this thing. Like, let me just try to knock this out. I'm gonna come back next week and clean it up. He's like, cool. So he put on a record, the Bought a Boat record. I knocked it out. If y'all hear my voice on that, like, next time you listen to it again and think like I was wasted. I was out of my mind slurring. I feel like I'm Leonardo DiCaprio on that Titanic. Like, I was wild. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, knocked that out. A few weeks later, Kiss was in town. He's like, yo, Kiss in the studio. So we showed up at the studio, playing a record, and Kiss was just like, yo, this is crazy. He started dancing, doing the Diddy Bop. And he's like, yo, this record crazy. He's like, if you need that 16, I got it for you. We're like, cool, let's get it. You know, shout out to Rooks and Shy, you know, when they was working, you know, they had their studio set up, so we knocked it out there. Then we had to catch that flight, go out to New York, sit down with Kiss, got the boat out, got the Maybach, brought it to the hood. We was in the Heights, shout out to the Heights, New York showed love, you know, so yeah, man, it was a great experience, real great experience.
All right. So, I mean, next question would be, what type of boat does Harvey buy for these situations?
Wow. You know, sometimes in life you gotta buy the biggest boat possible. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta go down to your last dollar. And this is the thing that people don't know about me. Is, you know, when $1 in a dream dropped, it doesn't matter how much you know, for certain people that know me in the streets, no matter how much money I was getting in the streets, I went down to my last dollar.
Okay.
I spent my last dollar on that. They don't know that there were certain times I'll be on stage and I'm in my mind, I'm like, I'm partying right now, but y'all don't know I'm hitting the streets tomorrow. I'm doing 24 hours in the street to get my pockets back up because, you know, I will sacrifice everything for this. And, you know, and that's the boat that I'm buying. The biggest boat that I could buy, whatever I could do, you know. And this time around, you know, we're a little more financially stable. So, you know, we could invest a little more into the Jeremiah record, to the Jada Kiss, into the project itself, into the marketing, you know, US side, Canadian side. So, you know, but it's the same energy, you know what I'm saying? Okay. In regards to the project, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, with that said, man, we're gonna get back into some music a little bit, you know what I'm saying? This song right here, I've been playing it a lot. Yeah. You know, just give us a brief intro to that one.
This is that, y'all getting the static like I'm getting the static?
Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit of static. Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah. Y'all hear me clear?
Okay, you know what? Just switch it up real quick. Let's see, probably something wrong with that. Sorry.
Yeah. Y'all hear me loud and clear?
Yeah. Let's see. Let's get it up.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, this is that record. It's called Any Way You Want It, featuring the homie Jeremiah. You know, we had to fly into town, shoot the video. We knocked the song and the video out in 24 hours. Sweet. So, you know, this is a single for the ladies and for the streets at the same time. Alright. Any Way You Want It, produced by Deli.
Let's go. So, now you know what it is, man. My man Harvey Stripes is in the building. Just promote yourself, let the people know what's good.
You know, Mr. Harvey Stripes, used to talk to him. We out here, we got that Penny in the Night, man. Just released about a month ago. Okay. I think we got 100,000 downloads in a month. Alright. So, you know, shout out to all the fans, everybody supporting. Got the new singles out, Any Way You Want It, featuring Jeremiah. Bought a Boat, featuring Jada Kiss. You know, you can find out Much Vibe. We about to service it to the US, MTV, BT, all that good stuff. Okay. Now, you know what? Seems like you have a demon that affects you in each project. Yeah. When we go with The Dollar and a Dream and with Sobriety. Yeah. You still battle that, you know, case in point. Still battling. I smoke, I drink, you know what I'm saying? In A Penny of a Nightmare. But, you know, a new one arises, and I think it's Insomnia. Yeah. How does Harvey slay this demon? Well, you know, it's real, you know, like, you know, certain people that would know me more personally know, like, I don't sleep at night. Right. You know, I sleep when the sun comes up, and it's just like, I have a certain amount of anxiety that comes from, like, being stagnant, sitting around, not really doing anything. I always have to be doing something. Right. Even if it's the end of the night, sending out emails, writing records, counting money, doing whatever I have to do. It's like, that's the real life that I live, you know. What I do to put me to sleep, I don't know. I haven't found something to cure that demon yet. You know what I'm saying? I stay up all night, I sleep for 2.5 hours, and I get back on the road. You know what I'm saying?
Still work in progress.
Yeah, you know, it's still work in progress, but it's real life. You know what I'm saying? You know, speaking of sobriety, you know, it's just, you know, it's something that I feel like a lot of people battle. It's 2013, and I feel like when I was young, it was, you know, weed and liquor, and now I'm finding a lot of these kids, they on Molly and cocaine, and it's like, and it's so accepted, and I'm there like, you know, I'm not trying to look like I'm outdated or anything, but it's crazy that it's so accepted. You know what I'm saying? So it's like these kids, the youth, they gotta find, you know, the measures to battle their sobriety. You know what I'm saying? Because coming up with those is your gateway drugs, where you're gonna be in 10 years.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to the culture, but, you know, we got to think of the future, too.
Definitely. Now, I'm going to go to the one word again. I'm going to use one word to describe the following people. These are people you work with as well. Yeah. Jada Kiss.
Legend.
Travis Porter.
Wow.
Jeremiah.
I would say, you know, not in one word, but he's like an old school player at heart. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Avery Storm?
Just talented, man. Talented.
Juicy J?
Shit. Trippy? What else, though?
That's it. Now, of course, you seem to up the number of features when compared to A Dollar and a Dream from 8 in the first one to 11 this time around.
Wow. Yeah.
One would say with the amount of features, you know, on this, it should be classified as an album as opposed to a mixtape. Yeah. Available for download. Of course, some would also say with so many features, it actually takes away from what should be showcased, which would be your talent. Yeah. Why did you choose to go so feature heavy with this?
What I find is like when I put features on a record, as I said, like with Bought a Boat was done. Right. You know, a lot of people heard about it, but we sat down. Like, that record was about, you know, it was something recorded without any influence of any features, and the record was complete. And I think the record was a great record without Kiss on it.
Okay.
Now, we add Kiss on it to kind of, you know, because I respect them as a legend,
right,
and to kind of get the reach to their fan base, you know, to cross over to the States. But
right,
what I find working with artists is like, I don't want to use an artist to kind of make the song a better song.
Okay.
You know, I want to do great music on my own.
Right.
And I want to use artists to kind of put the pressure on me to deliver, to make a better, if it's a better song, to make a better marketing campaign, to shoot a better video, to whatever it's got to do to make the music better on its own.
Okay.
You know, so that's why, like, you listen to the music and it's like, I don't ever try to let anyone outshine me.
Right.
I always try to out-rap or you know what I'm saying?
Right.
People say like, yo, you went toe-to-toe with Kiss.
Yeah.
People look at the video and they're like, you don't look like an up-and-coming artist
right,
in a video with someone that was shooting videos with Big back in the day. Right. Y'all are on the same level. Like, you out there like Kiss is your homie. You know what I'm saying? And we was in New York. We went from Brooklyn to the Heights. We was in Jersey. We was riding around all of New York. Okay. But you see the level of comfort that we have being around artists. Right. It's like we want to use them to kind of, you know, to complement our shine, not overshadow it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay. Now, what was it about these individuals that you chose to use, you know, to represent this project?
I think, you know, certain things just come out natural. Okay. You know, sometimes it's who you run into, right, just in this day-to-day life. But sometimes, you know, you have a concept, you have a feeling. Like when I was thinking of the record Insomnia, we got the record from my man Deli, and I was sitting down, I was like, man, like Avery Storm would sound incredible on this. You know what I'm saying? And we could have reached out to, you know, certain more commercialized artists and whatnot, but I know the first time I heard Avery Storm's voice, how it made me feel. Okay. And, you know, writing this song, I was like, there's a certain feeling I want people to have when they hear this song. Right. And there's a story I want to tell, and I want them to be able to, you know, get to feel those emotions that I felt when I heard Avery Storm's voice for the first time. Okay. So, you know, we did the song, we sent it to. See, a lot of people don't know, but, you know, 90% of the features we ever do, the songs are done when we send it out. Or we fly them to town, we work with them in the studio, but I mean the concepts as far as the record is concerned, you know, it's something that we cook on our own. Okay. You know what I'm saying? We don't usually reach to others to kind of give us a direction or a structure as to how we want the song to be. You know what I'm saying?
So if they don't know now, they know.
Absolutely.
All right. I mean, you know, Bodigo, of course, that was one of the ones that showed you had a lot of fun. Were there any other features, or would you say there's one feature that overshadows?
I would say like the experience working with Jeremiah was a great experience because it happened like the tape was close to being done. Okay. We didn't have our commercial single yet. You know, we have a record with Drew that we released, you know, last year. Right. But we didn't have a commercial single yet. Okay. You know, we got word he was coming to town. So most people reached out to our people and it's like, you know what? You know, good timing. Let's knock this record out. Okay. So we got into the studio. You know, we banged it out on the spot. Woke up in the morning, shot the video about 8 in the morning. Okay. But it was a good experience with the partying, with the studio life. With, you know, it was just the ability to say like, we are experienced artists that can get something done when we need it done. You don't need 6 months to work with a record, to sit there working on, like, we knocked this out in literally like 24 to 48 hours. Right. And, you know, the way that it has impacted people, the way that fans have responded to the record, you know, from Canada to the States to Europe to China internationally, the way that people have responded to the record shows that, you know, what we're doing naturally, what we're doing organically is just, you know, is working. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Now, in terms of, you know, the songs that are on there are a lot of different songs on there. I'll admit I played Hallelujah and Any Way You Want It quite a bit. Yeah. There, of course, but some of my favorite ones on there are Dream On and Murder Me, just because of the content that you have
me too.
On there.
I can't lie.
Dream On, of course, talking about greed and, you know, wishing things were more positive than the current state in which it was. Yeah. Murder Me, dealing with the heavy topic of abortion. Yeah. It's refreshing to hear an artist talk about things like that other than, you know, the current standards. Yeah. In this day and age, unfortunately, we may know somebody, or, you know, or know someone who knows somebody who's dealt with situations like that. Yeah. For you, was this something that was close to home, or how did you come about writing?
Well, in regards to both the records, Dream On, basically, it was like I took a piece of my life. Right. And, okay, basically like this. Let's say you have a dream. Right. Right? There's always something in that dream that's, you know, actually part of your life.
Right.
If you have a dream like you a fish underwater, you're not going to wake up like, oh my God, I had a crazy dream. You don't have a dream that you yourself and your homie turns, he shoots you, or you know, something crazy happens in your life, you know. So what I did with Dream On, you know, I took, you know, certain people that passed, you know, my grandmother, my uncle. I took certain life situations like, you know, in regards to ladies, in regards to how I view the streets, and, you know, I applied it to my life.
Right.
And, you know, the twist was like, you know, I wake up and it was all a dream. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like you have to revisit those songs and realize like what in those songs was real and what in those songs was like fabricated in regards to be to be a dream. You know, I had a dream that, you know, they released, and where I also dipped in that record was Nas, If I Rule the World. Right. You know what I'm saying? Where he said, you know, release all my people in Attica, send them to Africa. You know what I'm saying? I said, release everybody in Rikers, including lifers. Right. You know what I'm saying? Substitute young boys' rifles with Bibles. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, to tell you, like, that's the dream. You know what I'm saying? To make things positive in life. As far as Murder Me, you know, it was a concept that, you know, it had been sitting on my mind for a while. Okay. You know, just growing up and, you know, seeing a lot of people take abortion for granted. You know what I'm saying? I know girls growing up that had 3-4 abortions and, you know, be partying the same night, you know, still getting pregnant, having sex unprotected. And it's just, you know, sometimes you have to look at your own life and be like, what if that was me 20x years ago? Right. You know what I'm saying? And the amount of things that you accomplish in your own life, and then look at people like President, look at people like, you know, stars like Hov, look at Lil Wayne, and like imagine certain people had become victim to abortion. Right. So, you know, the story of that song was like, you know, looking from that unborn child's point of view. And I think it struck so many people like in the heart. You know what I'm saying? So we're definitely gonna have to come with a video for that one, and just make sure like the reach of that gets out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And they can really hear like another side, because no one ever sees it from that side. Right. They look at, you know, they look at the guy and they look at the girl, but they don't look at the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like that a life is lost.
If they could have a voice,
absolutely,
what they say, right?
Absolutely,
definitely.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I think you could even do a commercial with that one going forward from that one, of course. Now we're gonna let DJ 905 get into some music right now, but before we do, just promote yourself, let them know where they can download the mixtape.
Yeah, you know, we got that new mixtape, A Penny and a Nightmare. Y'all make sure y'all download that at HarveyStripes.com. I got Stripes.com. You can find me on Twitter at Harvey Stripes, Instagram at Harvey Stripes, YouTube / Team Talk to Him or Talk to Him TV. You know what it is. So y'all can find me online everywhere. Harvey Stripes, Penny and a Nightmare. Yeah.
Let's go. 905-828-3447. Back in the building with Mr. Harvey Stripes.
Yes, sir. We in the building.
Yeah. And I'm still talking about A Penny and a Nightmare. You do have a song entitled Code of Silence.
Yeah.
Now in the hip hop community, much has been made about the Code of Silence, and that real niggas, whoever they are, or whatever it means, don't snitch. At what point in time do you draw the line using Code of Silence?
I don't ever draw the line. Code of Silence is something that we live and die by. You know, if you listen to the record, it's like, you know, I took it on like some mafioso level in regards to like our life in the streets that we deal with, and you know, in regards to a lady, sitting down with your lady, because sometimes, you know, the closest thing to you knows all your secrets and your codes in the streets, you know. So it's kind of like, you know, to have the woman by you abiding by the code of silence. And sometimes, you know, you'd be like, that's just his girl, that's just his thing. But nah, she got to keep it real, realer than some of your dudes that you roll with in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we live and die by that code of silence. We swear to secrecy, loyalty, and royalty. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Now, next track out there that's pretty interesting is Tabernacle. Yeah. I mean, in this case, you know, the lady makes a note as to what she would do for her master.
Yeah, well, you know, that was probably our most controversial record.
It is.
Shout out to my homie Porter that kind of gave me the concept of that record. Right. Basically, we wanted to, you know, it was the part 2 of Code of Silence, basically. Okay. Code of Silence is like me talking to the girl, and Tabernacle is her talking back to me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of to show how deep that the bond between a dude and his female actually is. And sometimes, like, you may see, you know, a dude with his girl in the streets, and it's like, Tabernacle is explained, like, this is what is vocally maybe said, or in her mind it said like,
right.
I ride and die, I live and abide by anything you say. And it's that real. And it's those writers that are so rare in this world that, you know, sometimes, you know, they say behind every real nigga is a real, you know what I'm saying? It's real. Behind every king there's a queen, right? So it's like, it's just, you know, being very explicit, but being real. Nothing in that song is fake. It's to say like, yo, you got a shorty that live and die and ride by you. You know what I'm saying? That's one to keep.
Right, so that's pretty much what that's referring to.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Now we got a question from Mama Stripes.
Yeah. What up, Mama Stripes?
It goes as this. What do you mean you got black girls in the kitchen?
Yeah, you know, she's definitely one of my biggest fans.
Right.
You know, but I think she knows now not to dig too deep into the lyrics. And you know, I got to a point like, I don't know if y'all noticed, but like when I used to rap, before I wouldn't even curse. I would keep things so clean, keep certain lines subliminal. But I got to the point, it's like I have to be honest to my fans. Okay. You know, I'm a grown man. You know, I was raised in the streets. It's real talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got money in the streets, and there's a lot of life instances we've gone through that I have to show the people. Okay. So I can't filter my music for anybody, or I'd be being dishonest with the people that support me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Mama Stripes be there, and she, you know, she be trying to just find the filtered music and the clean versions. And we be kicking it, and Butter Boat keeps coming out much vibe. And she just there like, you know, what you mean you got black girls in that kitchen? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, you know, she don't want to know. She didn't want to dig too deep. Basically, like, you know, it's all love. She's been one of my biggest supporters from back in the day. We used to call in Hot 89.9 in Ottawa, and she'd be there on the phone line for an hour, calling in Battle of the New Beats, trying to make sure my song wins for the night. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Mama Stripe. You know what I'm saying? But you know, music has to be real. Music has to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I tell her, I say, go back, listen to Kanye West, go back, listen to Drake, and some things that they have to explain about their life or explain about their relations with women. And, you know, their mamas, you know, rest in peace, Kanye West's mom. But, you know, at a certain point, everybody's mom is listening. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you can't filter your music for anybody. Okay. You know, I feel like the more honest I was, and the thing with this project, one thing that people keep saying to me is like, you were honest with this. You were straightforward. You talked about the streets. You talked about abortion. You talked about your dreams. You talked about betrayal. And you talked about, you know, you basically open your life up to everything. You shown your confident side, and you shown your vulnerable side. You know what I'm saying? Which is so important. So with that said, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever is out there, whatever music I put out there is for people to interpret whatever way they want, but just know it's all real.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Now, production-wise, you have Beat Merchant, which of course is still the main go-to guy.
Yeah.
Pro Logic, Daniel Worthy, Deli, Preezy, and Jeff Harris on it.
Yeah.
Now, you know, aside from Beat Merchant, you constantly go with him. What made you want to go to each of these producers for this?
Now, long story, it's kind of funny, but, you know, we had a producer, I won't say any names, but he was sending us records that he didn't produce.
Oh.
Right?
Okay.
So we was knee deep into this tape, like just at the point where so much substance was coming out and getting these great records, and then we found out he wasn't producing them records. Ouch. So imagine where that leaves us. We're at the point where we're like, we can't even put these songs out. Okay. We shooting videos for songs and we don't have the proper production credits behind them. Right. But luckily with great music, people respect great music, so the producers jumped out of the woodworks. Okay. And the first one was Daniel Worthy. Okay. We put out Dolly and That Molly. We didn't know it was produced by Daniel Worthy. Oh, okay. How crazy is that? Yeah. So Daniel Worthy hopped down and he said, yo, I love the song. You know, I made that. I said, I'm happy that you came out. Now we could give you credit behind it. Right. And you know, another great producer that came out, his name was Deli. Young kid, 19 years old from Montreal. He had done a couple of videos we shot with one of my artists, Tyson Ty. Okay. Did a record called Kunta Kinte. Yeah. And he said he's in Montreal one day and this video comes on. He said he was a fan of the music. And he's like, hold up, that sounds familiar. I made that beat. Right. We didn't know we was getting the beats from another unknown, unspoken, you know, I won't mention his name because I'm not a hater, but a producer. So basically, Deli came down, we flew him out to Toronto. We sat down, we got him in the studio, and we banged out like 30, 40 records with the kid. He's so damn talented, you know. So aside from Beat Merchant, he kind of holds the other major side of production on the tape. Okay. He's done a lot of the singles. He did Any Way You Want It. Yeah. He did Penny Nightmare. Yeah. He did a record with Travis Porter. You know what I'm saying? So Shout out to Deli, you know, very talented young kid, and you know he's gonna definitely be there with merch along the way with a lot of the new music coming out from D&DMG.
That's true. That's true. Now, visually, a lot of credit goes out to Zach Fax as well as Cashmere for all the visuals that they provide.
Definitely.
What is it about their work ethic that keeps you going back to them?
One thing about Cashmere is she believed in me before a lot of people did.
Right.
You know, when we shot the Come On video, you know, a lot of her videos she shoots on like, you know, really big budgets, and you know, some are grants and whatnot, whatever. Yeah. We came to her as like some kids from Ottawa, who's kid from the streets. We just reached out to her, and she was like, cool. She came, shot the Come On video. We got the MMVA nomination for that one, and she's always kind of stood behind us. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Cashmere for all the love she's shown us. Along the way, we ran into this kid Zach Fax, and he is just like an untrained talent, but it's so raw. Right. You know, everything he does is just so raw. It's just like he can show up to set with no lighting, no equipment, just a little camera, edit it himself, and it'll come out. And the feeling that comes through with his videos is undeniable. So we said, this is a kid that we got to keep him close. You know what I'm saying? So what we chose to do for the project is kind of like split it down the line, put certain videos with Cashmere, put certain videos with Zach, and then for the Jeremiah video, we put them both on it. Okay. So we bring Cash's kind of her experience and the quality she brings to the table with Zach's kind of eye for, you know, something kind of you know, his editing skills and the kind of uniqueness that he brings to the table.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Do you have any other videos coming up for this?
Yeah. We got Hallelujah video. It's about to drop in the next few weeks. Zach Fax directed that one. Shout out to Tory Lanez once again. We're gonna shoot Bleach Blonde. Okay. We definitely gotta put out something for Murder Me. Yeah. Dirty 30, Ty Black gonna shoot that one. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot. Like the thing with us is like, you know, we started from nowhere. We came to the city. Right. It's basically, I thought we had been heard of, but we hadn't been. Right. Deuce hadn't done the impact of what I had thought it had been doing when I was in Ottawa. Right. So I came to the city as a new artist, you know, and since then, you know, I have 11 videos on TV, 15 videos on the internet, you know, countless singles. I'm here, y'all playing songs. I'm like, damn, this song sounds familiar. Oh, damn, that's my record. You know, we put out so much music over the last 4 years, and, you know, just you know, the energy in Toronto giving us the motivation to keep being creative, to keep building. You know, a lot of people looking at you and like, yo, you didn't make it. I'm like, I ain't made nothing yet. You know what I'm saying? Until we see them M's, until we get the deal, until we cross over internationally and we're strong in the States as we are out here, we ain't made nothing yet. Right now, it's like this is the passion that's driving us. You know what I'm saying? But there's still so much more business that we have to accomplish with this music. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Do you have any other projects in the kitchen, so to speak?
You know, we got there's a mixtape that we drop every few months. It's kind of like a collective of D&DMG artists. We got Tyson Ty, we got K9, we got Ty Black, we got Dante Leon on there. It's called Dollars Never Disappear. We do it with DJ Juice from the Ill Kids. So we'll be releasing part 5. I think we're on part 5 right now. Dollars Never Disappear part 5. Just that's kind of like our, you know, when we're on the road, when we're on tour, when we're doing our club tours or promo tours, whatever we're doing, just to keep the street satisfied with new music that we're dropping. So, you know, y'all look out for that D&D Part 5 on the way soon.
All right. And how do you plan to end the year?
Man, you know, my birthday December 16th, so we always go out big. Like, that's your birthday? Yeah. Okay. Twinsies. That's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. You know, so every year we try to go out in the biggest way. I mean, last year we flew out Erica Mena. She's a vixen off of you know, we had her in videos before in the past. You know, we showed up to the club. We brought like about $150,000 worth of furs out. The whole crew, about 10 of us, we had furs down on our feet, just like dragging through the ground.
Lucky Peter didn't come out.
Yeah, we hoping they came out. We love, you know, any attention is good attention. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we like to do it big every year. You know, just talking about man K9. So we may go abroad this year, but we always have to throw a party for Toronto and celebrate with Toronto. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, y'all just look out. We'll probably do like whichever video happens to be out at that time, video release. You know, shout out to Time Nightclub, been showing us love for a long time. So, you know, y'all just look out for the promo.
All right. Got a couple sentences here I want you to finish.
Yeah.
Harvey Stripes commands.
Loyalty.
D&DMG is.
Unstoppable.
The difference between $1 and a dream and a penny and a nightmare is.
Growth.
And you should download A Penny and a Nightmare because
Realest thing in the streets, man.
Alright, let the people know what's good. You got any shout outs, anything like that?
Shout out to my whole crew, you know, DMG, you know, Dollar and Dream Music Group, Dollars Never Disappear Money Gang. Shout out to, you know, Tyson Ty, K9 Ty Black, Dante Leon, Rose, Yellow, everybody that been supporting me, D.I., you know, old school homies like you, you know, shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to Royalty Radio, shout out to, you know, everybody that supports us. You know, it's so important that, you know, y'all give us, you know, a distribution channel to get the music out to the people.
Right.
You know, there's certain things that I want to say to the fans that I can't say in the music that I get, you know, when I get an outlet like this, I get to sit down and like have this like my one-on-one with the listeners, with the fans, you know. So shout out to y'all, shout out to the fans for downloading, always supporting. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mama Stripes, you know, and y'all make sure y'all download that A Penny in a Nightmare at HarveyStripes.com, IGotStripes.com. You know, follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Harvey Stripes. What's poppin'? It's your boy Harvey Stripes, Mr. Talk to him. Y'all make sure y'all tune into that Royalty Radio Tuesday nights 8 to 10. Yeah, talk to him.
My pocket's low. Times got hard, so I bought a boat.